How did you find materials to practice for CBT?
So concerning the CBT, along the line while I was reading, doing research, I came across a group on Telegram. It is a closed group, just as nurses have a closed group for CBT discussions. So there you have all the materials you need. It's not like you're going to see CBT past question papers. No, it is more of trying to see what practicing in the UK is all about. It's still the same midwifery, because I trained with Margaret Miles. They also train with Margaret Miles. The only difference is that standard is different. They use a different standard. They always talk about NMC, and they always talk about NICE guidelines, the codes and the conducts, NHS, these are just the different things there. It's the same pelvic bone, it's the same fetal head, it's the same, it's the same practice basically. So I got in there, and many people have been there, people that have passed their OSCEs, their CBTs, and those that, I was inspired and I wrote my CBT one sitting that I passed.
So how did you train yourself for OSCE?
When you register for OSCE, you are being given all the materials you need. And they will tell you, it is a disclaimer on their website that they know that many people claim to be OSCE trainers, that you are on your own, that the materials they provided for you is enough for you to practice. So I downloaded the materials, I studied for my OSCE. Then when I came here, my trust assisted, even though they don't have per se a facility in place to train midwives. They have that for nurses, and they don't just train because they are training nurses, they still use the standard. So coming to the UK, there's a lot of reading to do. They write a lot, and you have to read evidence-based, scientific rationale behind your practice. You don't just give injection the left arm because they're giving the left arm. You need to know why you're giving it at the left arm, what site are you giving it, what are the contraindications and other stuff. So it is just a practical exam that is what you are used to doing, only that you have to make it to be in a standard of NMC code and also NICE guideline. Most midwives out there, if you ask them, can a pregnant woman take COVID vaccine? Can a pregnant woman carry her baby who has COVID? And these are the present issues that we have at hand. This woman is COVID positive. She has a baby. Can she carry her baby? Can she breastfeed her baby? Okay, she's pregnant. So what? They don't know. They don't have the answers to it. So you have to update yourself. Don't just treat patients anyhow here. It's patient-centered. You know what I'm talking about, Scholastica. So, so you see why you need that preceptorship. I hear people talking about you come to the UK, you practice as a midwife, there's litigation. What? There is litigation everywhere. If there is no litigation, then your practice is not controlled. You do anyhow. So you need to be controlled. You need to be monitored. You need to know what you're doing. You need to be competent and be confident in what you're doing. So if you're a midwife out there in Nigeria or any other place in the world and you want to come to the UK, start your development at home. Before coming here, try to find out what is midwifery in the UK like. Read a lot, I read a lot, and you can do these things online. There are courses you can go in for. Here, you have to know your BLS, you have to know your CPR, you have to know there are basic things that you're supposed to know, like it's not a big deal. You have to know these things, you have to know your breastfeeding, your immunization. These are the things you have to know, how it is different in the UK from what you already know. Being an overseas midwife in the UK is nothing different from being an overseas nurse in the UK. It's the same process. You just have to go to NMC website, follow the link for registering as an overseer. Then you now have to choose if you're registering as a nurse or as a midwife. Now, the difference is that instead of going ahead to register as a nurse, you have to register as a midwife. But you must meet the criteria of having a 3 years training. Because here in Nigeria,
Oh,
sometimes people have
oh,
18 months training in midwifery. So it is not acceptable according to the NMC. So you have to have 3 years training. You upload your documents, the documents they request from you, your license, it has to be valid. Then they are going to inform your regulator that they should verify you so that they will be sure that you don't have issues practicing with them. So the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria got me verified, and then Nursing and Midwifery Council of UK mailed me to tell me that my regulator have verified me, so I should go ahead and take my exams. The old process, they do give what is called decision letter to go ahead and write your exams. But in the new process, they call it ATT, authorization to test. So once I was verified, they gave me the ATT, authorization to go and test for my CBT, which is computer-based test. You can take it in anywhere in the world. But the OSCE, you have to write it here in the UK because it's a practical exam. So I went ahead and did my CBT and then came here to the UK, did my OSCE, and then finalized my registration. So it's the same process with nursing, but you have to register as a midwife. Then when registering for CBT, you have to choose registered midwife CBT, because there in the CBT, you will see adult nursing CBT, you will see mental health CBT, you will see registered midwife CBT. So you just choose what you're writing for. The same thing when you want to book for your OSCE, you have to indicate that you're booking for a midwife's OSCE. To NMC website, it's the same fees you pay for CBT, it's the same fees you pay for OSCE, it's the same fees. They have a place that they broke it down. So they are the same fees that you pay to get yourself into the register. So and you know the wonderful thing that UK did now for health and care visa, I think they call it now scaled visa. So you just pay £232. It's cheap and it's faster. Within 15 working days, you have your visa and your dependents can join you. So I came here with all those packages. It's the same thing. It is the same thing.
okay. So how long did the entire process take? Like start from when you applied, when you started your application with NMC until when you arrived in the UK. How long do you think the whole process took?
It took me 11 months. I started my application February 2020 and I got my PIN January 2021. It took me 11 months, yeah.
One last question, then we'll let you go. Between nursing and midwifery, which specialty pays higher?
Please, babe, you like talking pounds, eh? You know, but just do your research, Google it.
Okay.
I don't want to raise your hopes, but when you Google it, you'll know. Yeah. So most people already know what the answer to this question.
It's okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful. All right. Bye.
Bye.